For those of you who haven't kept up with my gym series, I took the 18 types and split them into 3 groups. I used a random wheel to determine which 6 types I would talk about first, and then in another group, decide the other 6 types. Today's gym is the poison type. For a poison gym, my initial plan was to go to Celadon, but unfortunately, there's already a pseudo-poison gym leader there, Erica. Erica's not actually a poison type gym leader, but with so many grass poison types that she uses, she might as well be. So let's just say in this alternate universe, Erica is no longer a gym leader and I take over the gym. But I relocate it. Instead of being in Celadon Gym, it is behind the game corner. Just like in the original story, you have to go in the game corner, find the poster, press the button on the poster, and then you'll find a secret entrance. Normally this is where Team Rocket's base is, but instead this is where my gym is. And just like the original Team Rocket base, you have to travel through warp pads and spin tiles till you reach the back of the gym. Fortunately for you, there are no trainers that you have to battle there, but with all the spin tiles and warp pads, you're probably hoping that there will be a trainer instead of dealing with this. But when you reach the back of the gym, that's where you'll find me. Sorry, didn't have enough money to pay for gym trainers. You need to sit down for a bit. I can imagine you're a little bit woozy. No? You're ready to go? Okay, let's do it. And with that, your gym battle begins against the poison gym leader, me. The first Pokemon that I start out with is Nidorino. A middling sort of Pokemon, but considering that Nidoking is already as powerful as he is, Nidorino could be trouble as well, especially with all of the different moves that it can get. But Nidorino is a pure poison type. I'm sure, knowing that you're battling a poison gym leader, you brought some psychic type Pokemon along. Or even a stray ground type. And so with that, you took out my Nidorino. That's when I'll send out my next Pokemon. So with that, you took out my Nidorino. That's when I'll send out my second Pokemon, my Koffing. You thought the ground type moves would work to just run through the gym, but with my Koffing's levitate ability, he's rendered that all but useless. Sure, he's still weak to psychic type moves, but Koffing is still relatively bulky. If I wanted to go really wild, I could give my Koffing a focus sash so he would live any hit that you try to pull, and then you self-destruct. While taking Koffing out might also take your Pokemon out in the process. But Koffing goes down, whether it's by your doing or his own, that's when I'll send out my next to last Pokemon, Arbok. Not really an impressive Pokemon on paper, considering it had very little upgrades throughout the years, but it knows a surprising variety of moves, the one I have even carrying Earthquake. And as well, having a Pokemon with Intimidate also helps to ensure that you can't take me out in one hit, unless you're using something like an Alakazam. But Arbok can also carry some Dark type moves, so that could render some of your Psychic types useless. But you eventually take out my Arbok, and that's when I'll send out my last Pokemon, a Porygon. Definitely a weird choice, and a Pokemon that you don't see too often in gym battles anyway. But I terrestrialize my Porygon into a poison type. A bit of an odd choice because instead of making him weak to fighting, he's now weak to ground and psychic. But if he carries moves like Magnet Rise that renders one of your moves useless. But even so, Porygon's a relatively decent Pokemon overall. But it doesn't necessarily cover any of the weaknesses on my team. Everything on my team has been pure poison type, so honestly, a good psychic type could run through my team. But with that, you took out my Porygon, and you beat my gym. In hindsight, it might not have been the best idea to have a mono poison gym. Maybe I could have evolved my Nidorino into a Nidoking. It's not much, but it's a ground type on my team. I wanted to use Pokemon based off of what Team Rocket used. I heard there were some worthless members of Team Rocket that used Koffing and Arbok, but I never met them in person. Maybe you have. And with that, you took out another one of my gyms. What gym will be next? That's for you to decide. Alright everybody, that's another one of the gyms down. I don't know how evident it is in the video, but I'm trying a bit of a different method with recording this. Rather than adding the audio later, I'm having the scenes on the screen. They're not as noticeable. It's a little change that'll make things easier on me with post-production. Only a couple more gyms left, so I hope you look forward to them. Momentai.